Time for some unpopular opinions. We'll read out some cycling hot takes, debate them, and then decide if we agree or disagree. Over to you, Francis.
Why have I got all the reading when I've got a sinus infection?
Yeah, sorry. Jimmy specifically said I don't want any reading today because he's tired from doing all of this wonderful work on our new studio.
Matteo says, my unpopular and unrequested opinion is that GRX 610 2x is the best group set for the people who don't race but enjoy riding. 4731 on the front and up to 36 in the cassette, you can go quite fast. You can go steep. You can bike pack. The rubber on the levers is very comfortable. It weighs about the same as 105, maybe even less. I think it's the best choice for an all-round bike. Is that unpopular? I think it's kind of sensible. I like a gravel group set. This is gravel group sets becoming things is amazing because gravel bikes are now coming with like bigger and bigger ratios, and a lot of that is appropriate for the road, to be honest. And GRX levers are
the best
shape. Oh, maybe, I like the SRAM ones as well, but the GRX ones are very close.
They're the best. It's interesting, isn't it? Because, even a couple of years ago, we were making videos on first looks on bikes, and we were nearly always saying bikes don't come with enough gears. Like, there isn't a scenario where you go, I wish I had a harder gear on this really fast descent. There are lots of situations where you go, oh, I would like this to be easier because this climb is absolutely killing me. So the idea of using, exactly as Francis said, gravel products because they generally have wider ranges, yeah, it's a mint idea. Don't listen to the marketing. Go with the products that are going to work best for you. And GRX, as in terms of gear ratios, is a fantastic option. I have a GRX group set on a gravel, on my Super X, which is technically a cross bike, and I have it set up as a road bike. And it's the first time ever that I've used one bike properly on road, and I've actually really enjoyed it. I don't think I would want it on like a race bike.
I agree.
But on a bike that I use on the road for normal everyday riding, which is like 99.99% of the riding I do, one by is actually really good. And gravel gear ratios where we live, which is incredibly hilly, it's just perfect.
It's quite good when you change gear and you press the button and it actually changes gear.
As opposed to not.
Well, there's actually a difference between the two gears.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. I actually think Emily needs to move to one by, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Ooh.
Yeah, whatever, I'll do it. No, do you know what? I always felt like I needed 2x. And then I think having had my time off the bike, I am not as attuned with when I should be changing, and it's very sloppy now, and it never used to be. I always used to feel like I knew when to boo boo boo, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas you get it wrong with 2x, and it's just...
Oh, is that the reason you were thinking about changing?
Yeah, I just feel like I'm faffing about a lot with my gears.
But I think a big difference is we now live in the Northeast.
That's true, maybe that's made a difference.
You were programmed to 2x road when we lived somewhere that was predominantly flat, and you spend most of your time in the big ring because it's mostly flat. You hit a climb, you go into the little ring. Whereas where we now live, it's constantly shifting between going up and down, and therefore you're very regularly having to flick between your front rings. Therefore, if you've got a 1x, you just don't have to do that.
Yeah, and the problem is when you take your bikes to get serviced by Nick, my conspiracy is that he sets up the front mech wrong so that you convert to 1x and he can sell you 1x, because he's had my bikes and since then, and he had one of yours, and then you shift to the little ring on the front and the train just drops off.
Oh, he's paid by a big 1x.
Exactly, he is paid by a big 1x, I think.
He is, yeah.
So, historically, the 1x options weren't as big of a range as the 2x, but now I guess SRAM are doing all their mad stuff with their like the eagle-sized mechs and all this.
But there's just so many options now, isn't there?
Yeah,
for 1x.
The mullet thing. And then Shimano have now gone their little micro spline and everything. The range is there.
Mm-hmm.
It's whether it's efficient or not for some, I guess. Like, it doesn't make that much difference, does it?
Oh, I like it though because...
You went all ASMR then.
Oh, can you actually still hear it? Really, in your headphones?
I think you could.
Should we do a whole ASMR episode one time?
One day.
Let's not do that. It's really weird, isn't it?
It's really weird, especially in this room where I can already hear my blood virus pumping through my veins.
I can feel it in my veins. It's very odd.
Oh, God.
Can we stop doing
My foot's gone numb
My
because of the vibrations.
So he wasn't actually, his question wasn't even about 1x. I just made it about 1x, sorry.
It wasn't a question, it was just a
Oh yeah,
popular
it's a
opinion.
statement. So in terms of GRX shifters, absolutely sick. I love the shape of them.
They're not all the same though.
Big gear ratios.
The best ones are it's the Di2 like the latest ones.
Yeah, they're really good.
They're really good.
They're so good.
I was like, oh, they look exactly the same. And then you touch them and you're like,
Oh.
they're really, really, really good. Oh, my foot has gone numb though.
Big gear ratios, always a winner. All for it. Weighs about the same as 105. Don't care.
I knew he'd say that.
Good option.
You already have the like precursor.
Yes.
I've always wanted to say, is that the right use of that word?
I think so.
Precursor orb.
Yeah.
You have Ultegra RX,
I believe
which
so.
is like, it's like rare. You should probably eBay that for £1 million. It's like Ultegra. Before GRX existed, there was an Ultegra rear mech, which was Ultegra RX, and it had like a clutch in and was designed for more off-roady use. I think that's what a lot of the cyclocross races slap that on their bikes. Very
That's
good.
probably what it would have been made for, yeah.
Yeah, I think Tony used to use that.
A relic now.
A relic from forgotten times.
Yeah. I mean,
Precursor.
also works completely fine. Still. Next one. Demetris in Athens says, unpopular opinion, marketing departments of cycling brands should be forced by law to post research which backs up their claims and held liable for vague or false claims.
As much as I agree with the sentiment of this, the reality is there's no standardized testing. They all produce material based on what they're trying to achieve. It's like, when tobacco companies were funding research on smoking not being dangerous, they're ultimately botching the information in a way that allows them to get the marketing message they want. I think what we actually need to do is just start ignoring the bullshit that they try and feed us and just buy the products that we want because we like them.
So what you're saying is you can fund science to prove anything you want to prove.
If you want to call it science, then yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because this is it. Some brands do release their information. They call it white papers. And yeah, like the Colnago Y1RS, they had a white paper. I feel like SRAM and Zip, for most of the things they do, they also do it. But really, there's a lot of it. It's quite boring. I imagine as a layperson reading through all of that stuff, you might understand it or you might not understand it or you might interpret it differently. But yeah, you're right. Without actually setting out the testing methods, and you want to know whether it's an independent test and also...
Well, let me put it this way. If we were, as a business, the scale of GCN, for example, I would absolutely encourage us to make a video, which is we made the fastest bike in the world and actually design a bike and get it tested so it comes out as being the fastest one in the world. But actually, it's just a load of junk. That'd be a really fun experiment.
What, to prove that you can just skew the...
Yeah, totally. Unfortunately, we don't have the resources to be able to produce a video like that, but that would be great fun.
It always goes through my brain that I'd like to do a video where we independently test or like get a professional to independently test loads of things like...
Cycling News do loads of that.
Or Cycling Plus did the wheels.
Cycling News do a lot of things now. They did wheels. They've done kit recently as well, I think.
So the wheels one was really good. And they tested loads of the top end wheels all at kind of similar depths. But again, the result is just boring because it's 4 watts. It's all within they're so close.
But this is what we found from some of our testing as well, is that all of this stuff is so marginal that it is irrelevant to literally anyone. Even the pros don't care. They just ride what they're given.
But absolutely true. But because you can measure it, people obsess about it.
Yeah.
It's like bike weight. People obsess about it because you can measure it. It's like one of the few things you can measure. And at least with like some testing, there's a number. And then people get excited about the number.
So you're saying it's an unpopular opinion because you should just maybe not hold the information as tight to start with.
Yeah. That's what I think.
Do you have an unpopular opinion? Please send them in to wildonespodcast@cademedia.co.uk and you might feature on a future episode.